All right, so stopping the run. To understand this, you got to be able to understand how to set your front. All right, we are an over front, like I said. We always set the front to the tight end. It's basically 3 rules. Set the front to the tight end. If there's no tight end, then generally speaking, all right, we want to set the front to the field. And then there's a caveat to that if there's ever trips, we want to set the front away from trips. And I'll go into that, into why later. But very simply here, setting the front, this is a base pro personnel, 21 personnel. We want to set the front to the left here. All right, there we go. So left, left, left because of the tight end. We always set the front to the Y, and that's what we call our tight end. We have a 9 technique, a 3 to the side of the call. And then we have a shade. Again, camp rules. We are in a shade. And then we're in a 5 on the back side. All right. Linebackers, we went over in the alignments video, but they're always in a 50, the outside backers, unless they have a removed number 2. The Mike's in a 10. All right. Safeties, they are 10 by 2. If they have a number 2 receiver versus a tight end, we're going to be about 8 by 2 outside. There's no number 2 or no tight end, so he wants to be about 8 by 2 outside of that tackle. And then our corners are inside leverage, inside eye of that number 1 receiver, press coverage. All right, pretty simple. Next one here. So again, we want to set the front to the tight end, set the front to the Y. So it's a left call, left, 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 left. Everybody gets lined up the same. 9, 3, shade, 5. Easy. Linebackers, 50, 10. Well, why is he out here? He's apex because he has a number 2 receiver out here. So he apexes the tackle and the number 2 receiver. All right, let's look at the safeties. 10 by 2, he's inside because he's got a number 2 receiver here. All right, corners pressed. Safety, do you have a tight end? Yes, you do. All right, he should be about 8 by 2 outside. Now, the reason he is head up here a little bit because in this picture here, and we'll go over this when we talk about our past video, but we're going to generally base rules make a cover 2 check back here. All right, we have some words we'll use for that, but long story short, he's going to play the flat, and then your safety's going to play half the field here. But that's just our base check that we do there. So our alignment as a safety can move more C and 10, C gap 10 yards deep. All right, and we'll go over that later. All right, spread set. Now we call this spread, so it's pro over here, twins over here, a bunch of different ways people call it, but nonetheless, it's still a left call. We're setting the front to the tight end. So left, left, left. We're in a 9, a 3. We're in a shade, and we're in a 5 technique. All right, linebackers. Mike's in a 10, like he always is. Backer to the call sides in a 50. Our field backer, our Falcon, he's apexed. All right, no different over here. 10 by 2 inside. All right, over here we want to be about same deal. Attached tight end. Most tight ends aren't crazy fast, so we want to be about 8 by 2 outside. We're pressed, and we're pressed. All right. Same deal, 11 personnel, but now it's tight end tray set. So tight end tray, they have the tight end here. So we're going to go right. All right. Set the front, 9, 3, shade, and 5. All right, no different. Now, one change here a little bit. All right. I said at the beginning, the Mike linebacker, our linebackers are always in their techniques unless they have a remove 2. But our Mike now, unless you have trips. So even though this isn't 3 speed, when I say 3 speed, that's 3 fast guys, 3 fast receivers. All right, they have 1, they have 2. Now their 3 is an attached tight end, but generally, technically, that's still trips. So depending on who this player is he a pass threat? Is he not a pass threat? But we got to be able to relate to him, on the very common stick route. So we bump out into 30s there. Nothing crazy, but we got to make a bump call because it is technically still trips. All right, field safety, no different. Where's my number 2? I'm 10 by 2 inside, easy. Boundary safety. Do I have a number 2? No. All right, so I want to be about 8 by 2 outside. All right, inside leverage here with both corners. All right, pretty simple stuff there. Now, the only caveat here, and again, I'll get into this later, everything's the same. The only little trick here, I'll be honest, this set is tough for us because this Falcon right here, he has the C gap. So we're asking him to apex and still play the run in the C gap. All right, so that could cause you some issues, especially if the ball is on the left hash and they have real wide splits. So how's he going to apex and still play the C gap? So you have to have some answers there. All right, but we'll get into that later. All right, trips. Now this is trips closed. All right, because there's a tight end backside. So starting with the front, we always set the front to the tight end. All right, Base rules. If there's a tight end, set it to the tight end, period. That's rule number 1. So left, left, left. We're in a 9, a 3, a shade, and a 5. All right. Linebackers. We're in a 50. We're in a strong 10. All right. Pretty simple there. Falcon. Do you have a remove number 2? Yes, I do. All right. So you are apexed. All right. Our backers here. All right. Because it is trips, these two need to bump. All right. I don't have that drawn up there. They should be in 30s. All right. They should be in 30s, and they're still in good shape. Field safety, 10 by 2 inside. Nothing changes. You're pressed. Nothing changes. All right. Backside here now. This is where you got to understand the coverage portion of it. Again, we're talking about stopping the run, but I'm going to touch on this briefly. When they go trips, the boundary safety, do you have a number 2? No, but it's trips closed. So this cornerback here, if you remember, will never press a tight end. So he's about 2 by 4 outside. He has a solo call. He has that tight end man-to-man. All right? Our boundary safety here, he's got to do what we call cross key, the number 3 receiver. Meaning if the 3 comes vertical, he's got to take him. And again, we'll get into that more in the stopping the pass video, but generally speaking, that's his deal. He's got to be in a B and 10, B gap, 10 yards deep. All right, is his alignment. All right, twins. So this is known as twins, gun split, whatever you call it. Nothing changes. Press, apex, 2 by 10 inside number 2. Where do we set the front? There's no tight end. So based on game plan, we're going to set the front to the 2 receivers. So this is right. All right. A smart coach once told me a long time ago. I asked him, well, why do you always set the front to the tight end? Well, why do you set the front here? Why do you want to set the front? You want to set the front where you think they're going to run the football. And generally speaking, they run the football to the tight end. Generally speaking, they run the football to the field. All right. That's why we do it. So 5, 3, shade 5. Is there trips? No. Strong 10, 50. Easy. Do I have a number 2? No. So I want to be 2 by 10 outside. All right. Press, and we're good on the other side there. All right. Here's a good picture of that same exact set. So press, apex. All right. 2 by 10 inside. He's about 9. 2 by 9 outside. Very good. 10 and 50. Good picture there. All right. Doubles. Very popular set. 10 personnel, depending on what part of the country you're from. I'm from the Northeast. We see this maybe 30% of the time, 10 personnel. I know down out west, down in Florida, in the southern states where it's warmer, you can throw the ball a lot easier, generally speaking. You see a lot more 10, but very popular set. So this could be a situation. We see a lot of 10. This Falcon, we could sub him out and put a nickel, put another safety in there, and it becomes a 4-2-5 very, very quickly. But that's, again, a conversation for a different day. But generally, just stopping the run here, getting lined up, press. They both have number 2s, so they're both inside and 10, 2 by 10 inside. All right, strong 10. Where do we set the front? So 2 by 2, middle of the field. We would set it to the field, or if the ball's in the middle, we'll set it to the back. Okay, so it's a left call. So we have a 9, or I'm sorry, that should be a 5, a 3, a shade, and a 5. All right. Both linebackers are apexed, and we're ready to roll. All right. Same picture there, same exact set. Again, nice 2-shell, press corners. If anything, these guys could be a little tighter. I think this is based on game plan. We were doing some things there, but generally speaking, that's very, very good alignment. All right. Now, run fit wise, back to this picture, you got to understand your run fits, right? We have a front set to the left. So left. So he's got the C gap. Tackle's got the B gap. The Mike has the A gap. This nose has the A gap, right? This end has the C gap. This Falcon here now has the B gap, right? And this linebacker doesn't have a gap. All right, he's what we call solid. So he could be a little slower. He doesn't have to be in the run fit right now. All right, so he could help out here, especially if teams are doing outs and stuff like that. He can help out a little bit. But this Falcon If he sees run, he's triggering right now. He bet, again, stop the run.